Hello, everybody. I hope you all have had a wonderful Monday. It's a great day, and we are here to have a wonderful discussion. A wonderful discussion. So I'm really excited today. Not only are we celebrating what is it, International Women's Day, but we're also celebrating National Social Workers Week, I believe it is. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and get this started. Today we'll be interviewing Melanie Littlejohn-Lee, and I'm going to bring her on. Hello, Melanie.
Hello, hello.
How are you
I'm
today?
well, I'm great today. Today was a good day. I love the
It is
sunshine.
a good day. Yeah. So we're celebrating. What is it? Is it National Social Work Week or month?
So, so let me say, it is Social Work Month. So the whole month of March is dedicated to the profession of social work, professional social
Nice.
workers. But this
Yeah.
particular week, which is the first full week of March, is School Social Work Week, and I'm a school social worker. So yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great. Okay, so before we get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Wow, that's a great question. How about that? So I am Melanie, Alberta. Shout out to my grandmother, Littlejohn-Lee. And
Mhm.
so about me, I'm a mom. I'm a mom of three fabulous boys, and I'm also a grandmom, and I
Yeah,
like that title.
yeah.
Um, so I am currently living in North Carolina. I was living in Virginia all my life, of course. I've been in North Carolina now for about 12 years, and didn't know why the Lord placed me here, but I soon found out. It was a revelation of why I'm here. Um, yeah, I'm a social worker. I've been a social worker for a long time. I love friends. I love love. I love having fun. I love laughing. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot about
That's
me.
good. That's good. That's good. So one thing I was thinking about earlier today, and it just hit across my mind. I'm thinking, okay, like we're in this pandemic thing, and a lot of our kids, like you said, you're a grandmother,
Mhm,
and I'm thinking a lot of the younger kids that are now growing up, you
mhm,
know, having the mask and not being able to go certain places. So
mhm,
for us, this is new, but this is like what they're growing up into. So I'm
mhm,
just curious to know what kind of effect, I mean, do you think it's going
mhm,
to have on them? Because even with the children that you come in contact with in school,
mhm,
what are
mhm.
the issues that they're having, even with meeting people? Because, it's hard to meet people behind the veil, behind the
Yeah,
mask. I don't
yeah,
know who
yeah,
you are.
yeah,
So
yeah.
how are y'all dealing with that? What do you
Well,
think?
well, I mean, it's difficult, but it is a way of life. It is what's new now. You know what I'm saying? And with our younger children, fortunate for them, this is what they know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's cool for them to learn that. And if it's teaching them nothing else, it's teaching them to be safe. To keep themselves safe. You know what I
that's
mean? Because
true.
you can't be around a lot of sometimes when you think about it before the mask, and you told people to sneeze in their elbow and cough in their elbow and things like that, and people didn't do that. But you have a
Yeah.
mask now, so you definitely have a shield. But
Hmm.
so in reference to, like, so I work at a high school,
Hmm.
and I really, I was a little nervous about being in a high school. And I know with the younger kids, you can say, okay, keep your mask on. This is what we have to do. You
Hmm.
may show them pictures of Barney. Now I'm dating myself, Barney with a mask on, or whomever, with
Yeah.
PJ mask, with mask
Right.
on and things like that. But as you're dealing with these adolescents, who definitely have a true mind of their own and don't mind letting you know that they do, um, I was really afraid, but
Mhm.
they've been really good. We've been in school now for about 3 weeks, and they have been really good about keeping. Sometimes we just have to remind them to pull it up,
Yeah.
but for the most part, they've been very good at keeping their mask on. I guess they understand, the caution about keeping the mask on, and they've been having loved ones, who've been affected by COVID. They've lost. We've had a
Hmm.
lot of kids who have lost relatives, or them themselves have had
Yeah.
COVID. So I think they understand the seriousness of it.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know when they lift the mask mandate, if they're going to take the option or not. All right.
Exactly. Wow. Okay, so many people sometimes confuse school social workers with
Yeah.
school counselors. So, what are
Mhm.
the major differences between? Because I know the roles have got to be so varied between the school counselor and a school social
Yeah.
worker.
Yeah. It is a pretty blurred I would say a blurred line,
Mm.
because we both have some of the same training, and I think you have to really look at a school counselor and a school social work role when it as the different levels of the school that you're in. For instance, at elementary level, as opposed to your middle school and your high school. So right now, with me working at a high school level, I see the role of the counselor is linking students to learning. You know what I mean? So they may give them they may do. Well, definitely they help them with their scheduling. Definitely they help them with what they're going to do after school. They help them to try to develop, what they want to be when they grow up, air quotes, what they want to be when they grow up, so they're there for the academic part of the students, Yeah, they
Mhm.
deal with some of the outside issues that happen, because they come to their counselor and they talk about how they're feeling, or, something's going on in the home. But a lot of times, what the counselor will do is then refer them to us as a school social worker, because we work with the family, the community. So we link the family, the community, the school. We link all three entities together.
Mhm.
And to me, that's the major difference. You know what I mean? Where it's my role to, if a kid come and say, I'm having some difficulty in the home. So it's my
Yeah.
role not only to get to know the kid and get to find out what's happening, but then go a step further and try to find some resources for the student or the family. And even in the school as my colleagues, a lot of times I am providing resources for them as well. So that's the major difference I see. They're linking students to learning, and we're linking the student, the community, and the school.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Okay, so with all this isolation, and it's been a year now, I think they said it's been a year since we've been with this, dealing with this pandemic. So,
Mhm.
how has the social and the psychological issues escalated among the children in the schools and in the community?
Yeah, that's a real good concern. I'm going to say that, and let me say that it didn't just affect just the students. I mean, think about you. I'm thinking about myself. I was doing okay. I was really good. I was on a roll. But around July, when the nation just kind of started breaking down, we started seeing political stuff. We started seeing racial stuff. And
Mhm.
it was still my job and my responsibility to build up my the parents, and some of my colleagues who were having a difficult time, and then me
Mhm.
myself started having a difficult time, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, but to answer your question about the students, when you think about adolescents and you think about, where they are in life, and you think about their brain development and things like that, and that, it really takes a kid, a person, till they're about 25 before they're at full brain development, truly, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But at
Yes.
that age, they're having difficulty with regulation, trying to regulate their lives, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So school gives them the consistency. School gives them the structure. School gives them the routine that they need, But when you take that, and school is such a big factor, when you take that away, and then they are at home, like you're saying, in social isolation, they're missing their
Yeah.
friends, they're just missing again the routine of what they have to
Hmm.
do. It was very difficult. I think that I spoke with quite a few students who would just say, Miss Littlejohn-Lee, I'm just having it rough, I'm just having it
Yes.
rough. I don't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? Um, so a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. There was a lot of role reversals, because a lot of students' parents lost their jobs, but
Yeah.
then the student was working. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
then the
Yeah.
student became like the breadwinner or whatever, So there was a lot of role
Mhm.
reversals. Some of them had to now become the childcare providers in the home. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Um,
Yes.
they had to beef up their jobs in the home, their chores,
Mhm.
taking care of the homes, doing things that they probably wouldn't normally do, because why? They were in school, or they were, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was difficult. It was very difficult for the adolescents as well as adults as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Wow.
difficult.
So when I was reading about it, I was reading something that talked about where states or cities place school social workers. And so is it true? I mean, are school social workers just mainly placed in areas where it's low income schools? Or how do they determine where to place them? Because I'm sure it's bullying and substance abuse and teen pregnancy everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
So we are there is a school social worker assigned to every school. Okay. There
Okay.
may not be, like, for instance, I'm in a school full time right now. So I'm in this particular school Monday through Friday. Okay. So years prior, I had to serve two schools, and I'm going to say even, and then we have some social workers who serve five schools, you know what I mean? So there is a social worker assigned to a school, to each school. There is
Mhm.
one, but you may not have a full time social worker, So I've had the luxury of working here in North Carolina and in Virginia as a school
Mhm.
social worker. The roles are different, but kind of the same. Okay.
Mhm.
So when I worked as a school social worker in Virginia, I was district based, I'm going to say. Where here in North Carolina, I am school based. And basically what that means is that in the morning, I report to a school, as opposed to when I was in Virginia, I reported to the district's office for school social workers. So the roles were different. Did a lot of the same things though.
Mhm.
In Virginia, I was responsible a lot for special education. I was under the special education umbrella, where we would write social
Nice.
histories for students that were experiencing difficulty with learning. You know what I'm saying? So we would go
Yeah.
in and assess the home and write a social history and help help the best that we can. But here in North Carolina, we are based as student support, and basically doing we our primary focus is attendance and trying to alleviate barriers for kids in learning, and you mentioned the substance abuse, and we fall on we have a lot of responsibilities. There is
Mhm.
attendance, there is substance use prevention, there
Mhm.
is we call it transitional, but it's homelessness. When we deal with homeless families and trying to find resources for them and their
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
um yeah, and then social emotional learning, that's the new thing that we're doing now. So there's a lot that we have to do. It's a whole lot. It really
It's a
is.
whole lot. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness. So with dealing with all of that, and even the teen suicide, I
Yeah.
guess you all have to deal with that, and the gang violence. And so I'm thinking for you yourself and the other social workers, how do you keep yourself pumped up? How do you stay social and emotionally fit to even
Right,
deal with
right.
this on a daily basis? Because I can imagine, especially during COVID, this
Yeah,
can this can really drag a social
yeah.
worker down.
it, it,
Yeah.
it, it can, and it has. um I'm going to say, I think that a lot of us have built our own resources. We have built a network amongst each other, wherein we can depend on each other. We can, vent to each other to say, hey, look, this is what's going on. I'm having a difficult time. Can you help me with this? Can you even take this case for me? Can you help this family for me? Because, I can't. Sometimes there are situations where they fit so close to probably maybe what you have gone through, what you are experiencing yourself, or what you have
Yeah.
gone through, and you may need someone else to come in, to handle that for you. But for me, God has given me a real good sense of humor, and I love it. He's given me the joy of laughter, and I love it. So
Yeah.
for me, I take things for what they are. You know what I mean? I don't read too far into it. Um, I always see the glass as half full. I try not to see it as half empty. I always know that there's an option. There are options. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you have an option. You have an option to let this consume you, or you
Mhm.
have an option to prioritize and put each thing into its own category and move on. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
yeah. So I guess everyone has their own way of coping.
Mhm.
And I choose laughter. I choose praise. I choose music. I choose dance. And
Yes.
yeah, I choose life.
That's
I
that's
choose,
good. Yes, I choose life. I love it. I
you
love it.
know.
Okay, so just wrapping this up. Okay, start your day, a typical day and the life of a school social worker. Start your day off for us and go from start to end. What time you start and and in between and what time you finish.
Yeah, that would be great if I had a typical day. You know what I'm saying? I said there's the only thing that is typical about my job is that I drink my coffee in the morning, I go to my office, I check my emails, I answer the phone, and I go
Mhm.
home. That's typical. So, but okay, so my day starts right now because the school hours have changed. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm usually at school by about 8:15 or 8:30, and our
Mhm.
school day lasts until 4:30 actually, and that has been extended to 4:30. We used to get out at like 3:25 or something, but it's been
Mhm.
extended. So right now my day is checking students in when they come in the morning. You know,
Mhm.
we have to make sure that they do their so there is a attestation. I think I'm saying that right. I have a difficult
Mhm.
time with that word. But anyway,
Mhm.
so they have to just prove that they are healthy for the day, you know, that they don't have any COVID symptoms and everything. So we do that. They do that. I check their temperatures and I send them on this class, you know, with a smile to tell them have a wonderful day because it's going to be great. It's going to be a good day. And so then after I do that, I'm in my office. I'm sorry, I'm supervising a school social work intern, you know, so I have her with me. So not only am I doing my job, I'm teaching her how to do my job, you know, so in hopes that she will be a wonderful social worker in one day. And I know that she will. And
Mhm.
I've had quite a few interns that have come under me, and they are phenomenal out in the field,
Nice.
which I knew that they would be, you know. I mean, you could just tell,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so then I am checking emails and I am answering phone calls,
Mhm.
solving problems, you know, because somebody doesn't have the bus route, someone didn't sign up for the right cohort, some family may need some food they didn't eat last night or
Mhm.
whatever. Someone may have been evicted and they need me to help them with housing, you know.
Mhm.
We do have a couple of our girls that I wish you were here so that they could take advantage of your program, but we do have
Mhm.
a few girls that are
Yeah.
pregnant, so we're helping them. I mean, just the
Wow.
day before I left, you know, this one particular little young lady, she hadn't eaten, you know, and she's of a different culture, so you know, you think that every kid likes ramen noodles, you know, or you think that every kid likes, you know, peanut butter, you know, whatever. But in her culture, she does not, you know, so you know, and that's difficult, you know, just going around trying to figure out, you know, what is it that you can eat that you will enjoy, that will sustain you, you know, until you get
Wow.
home. So that can happen, and
Mhm.
sometimes then we have teachers that will come down and they need to talk and they need to vent, you know what I
Mhm.
mean. We're often having to disseminate information about community services that are available.
Mhm.
um, every Friday I deliver weekend food packets to families. I have about 15 homeless families that I service. So every Friday I deliver them food. Sometimes during the week, when school wasn't in session, I would take them
Mhm.
hot lunches from the school. It's a direct service profession, you
Yes.
know. So we are hands in, feet
Mhm.
in, you know, listening, being a listening ear, being caring. Yeah,
That is that
yeah.
is awesome. This interview, I never knew what all went into being a school social worker or
How
a
about that?
social worker.
Hmm.
There's a lot to it, and I'm just so grateful that we have people like you because oh my God, it's so necessary. And you know, you never know the effect that you're having on a child
That's
until
true.
later on down the road and you see them, or you know,
Hmm.
even saving a life.
Yeah,
So I am just so grateful that
yeah,
you have almost 30 years in to the profession. That is awesome.
yeah. But
Oh my
30
goodness.
great years, you know what I mean? It doesn't even feel like that it's been 30
Yeah.
years. I mean, I really like what I do.
Yeah.
Hmm. I
Hmm.
But I really do. I really enjoy what I do. And I really like being, well, I'm in the school. Prior to the school, I worked in child welfare. So I worked with the Department of Social Services, you know.
Okay.
But everybody has their calling, you know.
Yes.
Everybody has their calling. That just wasn't mine, you know what I
Yes.
mean? So,
Yes.
yeah, and
When
I
you
enjoy it.
find
I
that
love it.
calling, you know it. And
Exactly,
yes.
exactly. And then
And
you have friends forever because kids will come up
yeah.
to you and they'll be like, "Hey, Miss Littlejohn-Lee, don't you remember me?" I'm like, "When I saw you, you were in the
Oh.
third grade." So I mean, huh? But sure, yes, I do.
Mhm. What a
And I,
blessing to be remembered. You
I
made an
know.
impact on
Yeah,
a
true,
life, and that's
truly,
awesome.
truly.
Yes.
Hmm.
Wow. So thank you for sharing your day, your job, your passion. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for coming on and just giving us more information and insight on what all entails being a social worker, a school social worker. And I
Yeah,
appreciate you so much. So
likewise.
everybody, yes. So don't go away. I want to show a little clip here. And if you all have any questions, you all can contact Melanie Littlejohn-Lee on
Okay.
Facebook,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
absolutely. Okay, so let's just show this clip real quick.
Okay.
And